really quickly, guys, I just want to go over why this video isn't exactly the same as my normal videos. My normal away ones, I've got a video reaction of me reacting to the goals, but I'm down at my girlfriend's house tonight, so I didn't want to be jumping and screaming, going mental with the camera on when I'm here. So that'll be back to normal for the next away games. Hope you can understand it just for this one. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be over the FC Midtjylland. I believe that's correct after trying to pronounce that many times now, but for those of you that are regularly tuning into my channel, you'll notice the background here. It's not my normal setup. I'm at my girlfriend's house currently, and it is her birthday today, so you know how it is, guys. I still had to watch the game, and I'll just do what I can to get this video up for you. Today, the nerves were quite high going into this one. I knew this was always going to be a step up from the games that we've played so far this season, and wasn't wrong. Their quality showed in this game. But to start this off, we're going over the team today. It was Al McGregor in goals. What looks like our solid back two now is going to be Goldson and Katic, and from how they've been playing, I cannot argue at all. Tav and Flanagan was back in today. Played 60 minutes, I believe, on Friday for the youth team, and he was thrown back in at deep end today. It was a big task for him to be thrown in against such an opponent, but he held his own. I thought he was brilliant again today. You know what you're getting from him 100% of the time, and he's always going to give you 100%, never pulling out of tackles and just doing what he can. In the midfield three, Davis rested again, because I don't think, especially at his age now, and obviously had a niggling injury before the Kilmarnock game, that he's going to be playing Thursday, Saturday. So he was rested today. Kamara's came back in into that midfield three, and then we had Jones. Was that because of Ojo's performance against Kilmarnock? Who knows, but it worked anyway from Stevie G. I would just call it a tactical masterclass, that. Alfredo and Arfield up top today. I put out a poll on my Twitter before the game how you thought the game was going to go. I predicted a 2-1 win for Rangers, and why was I wrong? Well, I predicted the win right, but the scoreline was just a wee bit off. We had 81% of you guys that thought Rangers were going to win this, 19% on the draw. So pretty confident going into this one that we would get the job done. Very quickly into the start of this game, we figured out that Midtjylland were actually a team that were very comfortable on the ball, had some good technical players, big physical presence, and they were really pushing for that. Opening 20-30 minutes, they were really trying to get a goal early and unsettle the Rangers players, not let them settle into that away environment. And they, I think, surprised a few of the Rangers players with their style off the start. They were high pressing, sending a lot of players forward. I think we weren't really used to it at first. The first half an hour we were really struggling to get the ball up the pitch. At times it was a lot of counters and players not close to each other because it was just backwards, forwards. The first 5-10 minutes must have felt like 80 minutes on the legs, which lots of people were saying. But we did grow into the game after the half an hour mark. I thought we started to get a few chances. Alfredo had his one where he was just offside, where he tried to fire it near post. Jones putting a good through a few crosses across the face of goal. Tav done the same. And after that first half hour, after that first half hour, 35 minutes, I thought the goal looked like it was coming, and it did. It was just before the half, and it was absolutely spectacular. Let me just play that before I talk about it.
James Tavernier now, he'll look to deliver. Morelos is underneath
that
the header.
Unbelievable.
Rangers break the deadlock.
Yeah, it really was an absolutely beautiful goal. Tav, again, going to get well over 10 assists, 15 assists this season. Just proving why him and Morelos are so important to this team. Brilliant ball into the box. Alfredo with great positioning and headed it down. It's so hard for any keeper to stop that. And it was a brilliant goal. Such a lovely goal. We came out in the second half 1-0 up, and you could start to see Jones was growing in confidence as the game went on. Some of the runs he was doing today, he worked so hard for the team, and was one in the first half, and then in the second half he could have won as a penalty, but he was honest to himself, stayed on his feet, he got clipped. But then not long after that, to get the second goal, it was what a counter attack it was. It was absolutely beautiful. I'll play that one again right now.
It's off Tim Sparv, he's off and running. It's 1v2, still Jordan Jones. Aribo makes a great supporting run. Here's Joe Aribo, can he find a finish? Joe Aribo! Oh yes!
So Jones, as you can see, absolutely fantastic work. Great awareness to know where Aribo is. Aribo, great pace, great support and play, and it was a lovely finish. 2-0, I thought, right, as long as we keep a clean sheet here, that should be it. Tie over. And then we actually nabbed a third. Big Nico, what a strike. Alfredo, an assist there. Oh, it was a lovely assist. Just took the time. He could have had a shot, seen there was a few players in front of him, obviously heard the shout, seen Katic, laid him off. What a strike that was. Just drilled it low and hard, curved it in towards the back post, and it was, oh, the goalkeeper could do nothing about that. I'm always so happy when Big Nico gets his goal. He's my favourite defender by far.
He's dealt with again. It's headed back in Kamara. Morelos, there's a chance here for Nico Katic. Yeah! Katic delivers! Nico.
So being 3-0 up, I thought, right, that is it. We're comfortable. This should be game over. And I don't know if the Rangers players started to think, right, job done. We can kind of relax now. And then not long after that, Midtjylland get to the byline, cut a ball back. And if the guy scored first time, I would have been like, right, okay, that was actually a decent goal. But the fact that he mishit it, fell over, managed to get back up, still be first to the ball, and then get a finish off was pretty poor, I thought. We should have been quicker to react to his mistake at first. But fair play to the boy, he got up quickly and finished his chance. After that, no, not long after that, to be fair, the back four, don't know if a little bit of panic or nerves crept in. Certainly did for the fans when Midtjylland scored their second. The back four seemed to get dragged over. I don't know if it was like a particular individual error. Flanagan was marking someone, followed him in, but there's still another two on the other side. One of the big boy, whatever his name was, the big 6'5" boy, came right across the defence, had a shot in the far post that went through one of the Rangers players' legs as well, which was pretty unlucky. But at this point, I'm sure your nerves as well as mine were starting to go, right, Rangers, come on, let's solidify this. And at moments like that, I would love to have seen someone like Ross McCrory come on. Of course, Ross is away down south doing his thing now, all the best. I hope he comes back 2 times the player that he was. But I'd have loved to have seen him on tonight. I thought he would have suited that game to a T, especially in the second half with the athleticism he's got up and down the pitch, the strength, the physicality. I thought he would have dominated that midfield today. Maybe coming on for Kamara after we were two or three goals up, hope to try and stop them getting them goals back. But thankfully, we're the ones that got the next goal. It was beautiful play by Tav Morelos again. Great movement from Morelos, as always, and Tav's done brilliant to find him. Morelos, great awareness again, picks out Arfield, opens his body lovely and finishes that right in the corner. It was a good goal, and it was another salute from Scotty Arfield, which hopefully, I was hoping, solidified the game, and it did. It finished out 4-2 from there. But just to speak on Alfredo Morelos, this season I think he's an absolute changed man. I think he's going to do absolutely wonders for us this season. I think red cards have kind of helped Rangers, and not at the time, but like in the long run, because no one's bought him and came in and paid them big money. I think he's worth. And I did put a tweet out over this saying I think he's a £30 million+ player, especially with how he started off. Of course, there's a long way to go. He's got a long way to prove himself again, but I think his temperament's improved this year. He's been getting provoked a lot, as defenders like to do, to try and get a reaction out of him, because last year, of course, he was silly reacting to those sort of things, but this year seems not to be. His movement's brilliant, his work rate's brilliant, and I think I can see another 25+ goals coming in from him this season. And yeah, I think we'll be lucky to keep him if he keeps up this kind of form. He is just one of a kind. He's one of the best strikers we've had here for a long time. We managed to hold on to a 4-2 lead, and it sets us up brilliantly for the second leg at Ibrox. We're pretty much, if we score one at Ibrox, they're in big trouble, which I'm pretty sure we will, because they'll need to come out and open even more than they did tonight, and we had plenty of chances to score tonight. 4-2 is probably 4-1, maybe a bit of a fair result, because apart from their opening half an hour, they weren't too troubling to us after they figured out their game and that type of thing. Their main threat was the set pieces. I talked about it before it, and it did cause us some problems with the long throw-ins and stuff, but all in all we dealt with it well, and Katic was an absolute monster tonight. But I put out a poll on my Twitter, guys. I'm just going to read out a few of your guys' opinions right now, who you thought was man of the match and that type of thing from the game. Morelos has won the voting with 47%, Jones was there with 36%, and there was a lot of shouts for Katic as well. My man of the match was Alfredo. I said why in the game, but of course Katic was brilliant. Jones grew into the game. Some of his runs were amazing tonight. But we'll go through and see what people were saying here. We've got Faceless Ranger saying Katic and Morelos miles ahead of anyone. Aribo was very good. Jones played well, opened the space well. I thought he was brilliant. He was brilliant at opening space tonight. 100% agree with you there. Katic, Alfredo, Tav played great. Katic, Jones running 90 minutes. Whole team from Dino. Can't really agree with that. I thought everyone was great tonight. Alfredo, Jones, Aribo, so it's that type of thing. There was a lot of good players tonight, which is brilliant to pick, to be able to pick from that. Comparing that to Kilmarnock, when we were kind of going, who was man of the match here? No one was really spectacular against them, but tonight I think we upped the level again, and I think Borna has or Haldy as well have a real struggle going to be trying to get that left back slot off of Flanagan, because I thought he was brilliant tonight, and once he's back and full up to match fitness, I think playing like that tonight, I think he's going to solidify that left back spot. I think he's just going to be there. I still would like to see one come in, but I think Flanagan's the best we've got in that position for now, especially defensively. It might not offer as much going forward, but the primary role there is, of course, to defend, being a defender in the left back position. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. My next video will be the Hibs game on Sunday, so I'll be videoing that, getting some of the atmosphere, some of the louding before it as well. Hopefully we're coming out with a win in that one and keeping this momentum going, but thank you guys for watching if you have made it this far, and hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy this type of content, and we'll catch you in the next one.